What's up, everybody? Hey, there's something about doing something with your hands that is crazy rewarding. So yesterday, my daughter comes home from dance. And she's like, "Dad, the oil light is on my car," and I'm like, "That's interesting." Um, well, so we went out and we looked at it, and she comes out and she looks at it with me, which I gotta say, super big as well. Um, so we go out and we look at it, and I get in and I turn the key on, and it's the check engine light. She's like, "Yeah, it's that yellow thingy on my dash." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Well, first off, that's a check engine light, but that's okay. Was it on or was it flashing? And she's like, "I can't remember. It might have been flashing. It might have been on." And I was like, "Well, next time, pay close attention to that. And if it starts flashing, that's a sign you need to pull over and stop and call me from wherever you're at." And so I use it as an educational moment, not as like a like rub it in her face, like, "You did this wrong" moment. Anyways, um, we started doing some looking and threw a computer on it, and it said that it was had an injector issue. And so I was like, "Oh, well, cool." So I called around to see if I get a new injector. I had one. My son was in a different town, and so I had him pick one up, and he brought it home. And I pulled it in the garage here, and I popped the hood open, and I was looking at it, and I actually was looking at, I thought it was a number 5 injector, but it was a number 4 injector. And so I went to the number 5 one, and I found out there was wires disconnected. They'd been broken. That happens. 200,000 miles, a car from 2013. It's going to happen, right? And so nothing she did wrong didn't make her feel bad about it. She shouldn't feel bad about it. But anyways, so I'm like, well, that's not going to work. I don't need to replace the injector. I need to replace the wiring that goes into the injector, the plug, because it was broke off right at the plug, which happens. It's pretty frequent. Vibrations, that kind of stuff does that. So I get underneath it, and I get underneath the hood, and I started looking at it, and actually, she goes back into dance. She takes a different vehicle that we have back into dance in the afternoon, because why wouldn't you go to dance twice in a day? I know, it's crazy. Thank goodness she's 16. We don't have to drive her anymore. That's what I got to say to that. Anyways, so I sent her to the parts store to get the new part, which was way out of her comfort zone, like way out. She's like, "I don't know about this." And she got there, and they didn't have the part pulled with my name on it like they said they would. And so I told her, I said, "Okay, cool. Just let me talk to the guy." So she let me talk to the guy, and I was like, "Hey, here's what I need. This is what we're working on. This is what we need for it." And he goes, "Oh," and he's kind of lost. And I was like, "But I think I have the part number. Let me see if I can find it." So I went and found the part number, because when I called, they gave me the part number. So I got the part number for it, and then I gave it to him, and he gives it to her. It's like $30 or something like that for this part. And so she brings it home, and then when she gets home, we eat dinner, and then after we eat dinner, we go out, and my oldest son is getting married on our property, which is super cool. And he asked me to be the officiant, but I digress. Like, so we're down looking at where they're going to have the wedding, because we're getting ready to set up tents and set porta johns out and stuff like that. And so we're down there looking at that right after dinner, and then we come back up after dinner, and we decide we got to drag the field because there's cow turds and crap like that in it. So I go up and I get the tractor, and I take off the hay forks, and I put on the bucket. And then, I find my uncle, and I'm like, "Hey, where's the drag at?" And he tells me where the drag is. So then I go hook up the drag, and my youngest son comes down the 4-wheeler and picks me up. And then we go back to the house, because I didn't start dragging last night. It was like 9 p.m. whenever I got done with that. I got back to the house, and it was dark, and I come inside, and I was like, "Oh man, okay, so I got this part. Now I got to go fix this car." And so, because she's got to go dance today, and I'm like, "Well, she could use one of ours, or I can fix it, because it should be pretty easy to fix." So I started digging into it, and then there's another wire that's broken. So I fixed the other wire that's in there while I'm doing it. And I'm telling you all this because there's something very validating about working hard and getting stuff done, because I didn't get done until 10 o'clock. Like, I took a shower last night. It was like 10:30 when I got out of the shower. Okay. And like 10:30 when I got to bed. But the thing that I want you to remember, the thing that I want you to hear about this is, like, I didn't have to do that. I could have left the car. I could have not went and got the tractor and hooked up the drag. I could have not done any of that stuff, but I chose to, because I wanted to get it done. I wanted to do that. And you know what I felt last night at 10:30? I didn't feel tired. I felt invigorated. I felt like ready to go. I felt excited to be there. I felt great about what had happened. Now, if I hadn't got the car fixed, it might have been a different story. If I hadn't been able to hook up the drag, it might have been a different story. But I felt very accomplished. And so that's what I want you to hear today. What are you doing right now that's going to make you feel accomplished? What can you do? What's one thing you can do right now that will make you feel more accomplished? Get out there, get it done. We'll see you guys next time.